Was a night in December, and all through my house, not a creature was stirring, not even a... Well, more on that later. My 4 lazy cats had taken over my bed, so I had camped out on the sofa instead. And in my warm flannel muumuu with a pillow o'er my face, I was just about as comfy as it gets in this place. Then out of the kitchen there came a loud clanging of cooking pots tumbling and cupboard doors banging. "What the heck are those cats up to now?" muttered sleepy old me as I got up from the couch and padded off to go see. I flicked on the light and rubbed my tired eyes, and what I beheld was quite a surprise. The kitchen pantry door stood open wide, tumbling out all the canned goods which had been inside. My 4 fat cats in a circle sat on the linoleum floor, gazing intently at a certain something that hadn't been there before. Though it was a stranger, I knew right away 'twas the corpse of a chipmunk that on my floor lay. Now this weren't a singing chipmunk like Alvin and his bros, but a regular rodent, fluffy tail, pinky nose. He lay on his back with his toes in the air and his beady little eyes open in a post-mortem stare. I blinked at the body laying there on the floor, surrounded by assassins, my fat feline floor, and as you would do too, I let out a shriek. Then, can you believe it? That critter took off like a streak. He wasn't dead at all, as he'd led me to think, but scamper up my cupboard and into the sink. Well, I wasn't equipped to catch stripy furred lats. Fortunately, I could rely on my army of cats. "Now, Bonnie, hey Clyde, Remington and Pete, you finally have a chance to start earning your keep." I roused my troops with this clarion call, but cats being cats, they were no help at all. By now, that varmint had scrambled from sink to the fridge, nimbly using the stove hood as a rodent-sized brooch. How agile he was, how his little eyes gleamed. "Haven't you cats ever heard of rabies?" I screamed. To the broom closet I scurried, keeping my eye on the beast, and snatched up my Swiffer, for some protection at least.
"Come on down here,"
I cooed, near averting my glance as I advanced on him slowly, holding the mop like a lance. But before I could commit the first act of war, it leapt over my shoulder and onto the floor. The cats, finally deciding this was some new kind of toy, made ready to pounce, shouting with joy. With feline grace they sprang toward their prey, but the chipmunk chirped mockingly as he dashed out of their way. Around the kitchen table, thence to the living room, the chase was on as the thing fled from its doom. Up over the island, behind the big chair, then under the piano, and the cat's corner get there. Well, I closed my eyes because I can't stand to see gore, and wondered how to get bloodstains off my new vinyl floor. I heard a chirp, and a squeak, and a chorus of "Meow," and the chipmunk managed to elude them somehow. Directly toward me it raced in dashes and spurts as I screamed like a girl and hoisted my skirts. It ran right past me into the back entryway hall, and I slammed the door closed 'cause I was freaking, y'all. Then I slipped out the front door, and without missing the beat, I rammed to the back door on cold, naked feet. Opened the door from outside and let out a shout. "This ain't your house, pal. You've got to get out." Out the door, down the steps, and into the night, my midnight visitor was soon out of sight. And as my toes with frostbite started to burn, I wondered, how'd it get in my house? And will it return? I'm just not much for queuing, I have to confess. So in case Christmas Eve brings an unwanted guest, I'll have a chipmunk-sized stocking hung on my mantel with care and hope that my next visitor isn't a bear.